So this is how the format for the profit or loss appropriation account is. So we are going to tackle the C. So profit or loss account. So that one you underline it nicely. So you are just going to do it like the T account. So your city sign will come here. So the moment you create your city sign, one thing I want to put it inside your mind is we have the debit side and the credit side in here. But the debit side are the expenses for both the partners, and the credit side is the income. So the credit side takes the incomes and the debit side takes the expenses. So those are the items that is an expense for the both partners. So that's the profit or loss appropriation account. So that's one thing that you can put it inside your mind. That will make it very easy when you are doing it. So the credit side, you are going to see your net profits in here. So your net profit, realize that our net profit was 328,708. So that's what you are going to bring here. So 328,708. That's our net. But if it was net loss, it's going to be recorded at the debit side. If it is net loss, it's going to be recorded at the debit side. But since it's profit, it's coming here. That's what I said. Incomes are recorded here and expenses are recorded here. So the moment that you introduce your net profits, what is coming to the the debit side, we are going to have our salaries. So the salaries, when we go into the additional information, let's go into the additional information. We realize that the terms of the partnership agreement are as follows. So the first point was that they are supposed to pay annual salary of 35,000 to Adam and 45,000 to Baba. So these were their salaries for those partners. So we are going to record it here. So we have Adam. Adam was 35,000 and Baba was 45,000. So that's the salary. So after that, we come to interest on capital account, on capital. So when you check the interest on capital, we realize that in the question they said we should calculate 5%. 5% interest on the beginning of the year capital. So we are going to find 5% on Adam's capital that he introduced, and also 5% on 5.5% on Baba's capital that he also introduced. So 5% is going to be 0.065 multiplying Adam's capital, which is 400,000, which is going to give us 26,000. So let's record. So Adam 26,000, Baba 2. So we are just changing the 4 to be 3. And I get 19,500. 19,500. So this is the interest on capital for Adam and Baba. So So at this point, we don't have any item that we are going to record under the profit or loss appropriation account. But we have some items that they are supposed to come in here, but it wasn't introduced in the question, so we are not going to bring it, but I'm going to mention them. So the debit side, the item that you are going to add to it is interest on drawing. So anytime that you solve a partnership question that you see that there is interest in drawing, it's going to come to the credit side when you are preparing the profit or loss appropriation accounts. And also the credit side, you can have commission for maybe one of the partners or interest on loan for maybe one of the partners. But since in the question they were not introduced, we are not going to introduce them here. But in case you come across any question that involves interest on drawing, you have to know that it's coming to the credit side. And if you have any commission, it's also coming to the debit side, or maybe interest on loan, it's also coming to the debit side. So these are some of the items that you can come across when you are solving a partnership question. So since we don't have any item again, let's balance it off. So we are going to make sure that the debit side is equal to the credit side. So let's add the debit side, and let's see, plus the 26,000 plus 45,000 plus 35,000. So the total is giving us 125,500. That is what is giving us as the total at the debit, as the total at the debit side. So when we check the difference, we realize that the credit side is higher than the debit side. So at this point, we are going to introduce what we call it the residuals. It's like the balance carry down. So the residual is the difference between the debit side and the credit side of the profit or loss appropriation account. So most times we will find the residuals at the debit side if it is net profits. If it is net profits. But if it is net loss, you will see the residual as at the credit side. So just take note on that. So let's find the difference. 328,708. So the difference is giving us 203,208. So 203,208. So now that's the residuals. So when we add everything, we are going to get 328,708. 328,708. So our balance brought down is going to be 203,208. So this is our balance brought down. So we are going to introduce a shared profits. So when you get your residual, there is amount that the partners are going to share. There's the amount that the partners are going to share. So Adam and Baba are going to share this amount. But when we read the additional information, there was an instruction that was given inside the question based on the agreement that they went through. So they are saying that if they pay 35,000 and 45,000 for Adam and Baba respectively, the rest, which is the 0.2, after those payments, they should take 68,000 of the net income of their residual that they have gotten, and they should share. They should share it according to their capital that they contributed. So this 68,000 is going to be shared according to their capital that they contributed. And this is how it's going to be done. So we are going to take 68,000 from this amount and share it for the partners according to their contribution of capital. So shared profits. So under shared profits, we have Adam. So Adam contributed. So when we check the capital, Adam contributed 400,000 and Baba contributed 300,000. So when you add both, it's going to give us 700,000. That gives you the total capital. That gives you what? The total capital. So if this one, we are doing it in ratio, it's going to be like this. 4 on 3. 4 on 3. 4 is to 3. Sorry, 4 is to 3. So the total ratio is going to be 7. The total ratio is going to be 7. So if you want to know each of them their share of the 68,000, we are just going to put one ratio on the total. So if we are finding for Adam, it's going to be 4 on 7. If we are finding for Baba, it's going to be 3 on 7. That's what we are going to do here. So let's see. Adam is 4 on 7 multiplied by the 68,000 will give you Adam's share. So let's quickly go. 4 divided by 7 multiplied by 68,000. We are getting, see, 38,857. There are some decimals, but we are going to actually run it to the nearest whole number. So we are going to have 38857. 38857. So this is the amount that Adam had in the 68,000 Ghana cedis. So let's quickly find for Baba. 3 on 7 multiplied by 68,000. So 3 on 7 multiplied by 68,000. And we are having 29,142 Ghana cedis. There are some decimals, so we are going to run it. So it's going to be 29,143 Ghana cedis. That's what you are going to have. So 29143. So this is also the share that Baba had from the 68,000. So both total is supposed to give you the 68,000. Both total is supposed to give you 68,000. So right now, when we add this plus this, you see that it's 68,000. But the amount at the credit side is higher than the 68,000. It means that we will still have another residual or balance carry down. And when you read the question, it said that when the third point, it said after what, the fourth point, any net income remaining after 3 be shared equally between the partners. So after we have shared the 68,000 for them, the rest of the amount that is going to level, we are supposed to share it equal to both partners. So let's see. This plus this will give us 68,000. So let's find its difference. So 203,208 minus 68,000 is going to give us 135,208. So this one is going to give us our another residuals, which is 135,208. So the total is going to be 208, 203, 208. And our balance brought down is going to be 135,208. So there is the remaining. There is the remaining. And the remaining, we are going to share it equally. So we will still come here, shared profits, where we have Adam. It's going to be 1 on 2 multiplied by 135,208, and Baba, which is 1 on 2 multiply 135,208. So let's see. So multiply by 1 on 2 will give us, we are getting 67604. So since it's the same, we are sharing it for both is going to have 67,604. So the total of this is going to be 135,208. So now we are not going to have any balance carried down again or residual again because we are done sharing the profit. So the total profit that both is going to get, you add the Adam's first plus the second one, that will give you their total shared profits. That will give you their total shared profit. So total shared profit is going to Adam. First one is 38857 plus the second one 67604, and Baba, the first one is 29143 plus 67604. So let's add them. So 38857 plus 67604. So Adam is having 106461. And let's see, Baba, 29143 plus 67604, which is also giving us 96747. So when we add both, you see that it will give us this amount, the first residual that we had. So Adam plus Baba plus Adam, 106461. We are having the same residuals. So this we see the residual for the first one when we share it according to how the question was demanding. And this is what we are going to get. Very simple, cheap and easy, and very interesting. So this is how the profit or loss appropriation account is going to look like. So after that, we now know the total shared profit between Adam and Baba. So this is what we are getting. So it's not always that we are going to get this information. Some information might be added. So whenever that you see them, don't panic. You just follow the same format. So you just calm down, you arrange them nicely, like the way it has been done here. Other people also show different approach, but there's the approach that I'm comfortable with. I think this one is the simplest approach that you can ever get. So we are going to use this information to prepare the new balance sheet or the new financial position based on what the question requested.